So I remember like the week
All
this
right,
game
Joey.
came out.
I'm here.
I
See
remember
if we can find what you wanted me to see.
seeing YouTubers and stuff play like FGTV and like Dan TDM. I remember like the first like 2 weeks of this game coming out. So I've been here since the beginning. I watched it all and stuff, and then around like sometime after chapter 2 came out is when I finally got to play it myself. I was either in kindergarten or first grade. It was 8 years ago. It was 2017. It has been 8 years since this came out. So this came out, I think February, right? I must have been 7. Hi, this is editing Zeptoian. I decided to run the numbers. I was 5. I was 5 fucking years old when this came out. I'm 14 now, and I'm gonna be 18 in 4 years. So I'm closer to being a fucking adult than the release of this game. And this is one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, I can remember watching YouTube, like the music videos and stuff. That stuff goes hard. Still today. My favorite one is Bendy Till You Break. Or Bend Till You Break, I don't remember. I need to listen to it again. It's spooky month, I need to put Bendy in my life again. I remember watching the videos like, what could be behind the doors that you can't open? And like people using cheats and stuff. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to, clip through the walls, but I never knew how it worked. I really like the original ink machine. I remember like in my backyard we had a hose, and I'd like make crazy contraptions because I really liked the concept of like a system of liquid. I don't know, I just liked the pipes and stuff, and it all connected to this machine. So I would always make I would make a giant mess with water. Basically, I would try to make a fucking water machine. That was my stupid 6-year-old like fan fiction. It was like, what if bending the ink machine was Bendy in the water machine? I do not remember what Bendy's name was, but I do vividly remember giving Boris the name Forrest for this water version. So yeah, I really like this version of the ink machine. The big ink machine works better, like how they went, the direction the story went in. I like the big ink machine, but I prefer the little one. I do like how in each chapter though you can see the ink machine raising or like lowering. No, it was going down. You go down. You go down. It was going down. That scared everybody back in the day. I remember there's supposed to be sound here, right? Oh wait, no. When you turn the ink machine on, you can kind of hear it here. I remember in an FGTV video they did like a keyhole Hello Neighbor bit. The Fandroid song for this was fire.
Alright, how do I get this to work?
There's gonna be a jump scare here.
Oh, who put this here? Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing?
Yeah, the original Boris model was very crude. I wonder what it would have looked like if they kept it for like chapter 2. Imagine this big guy walking around. Maybe his chest is opened up, so he's probably not. He is really tall. That guy, he's like 7 feet tall at least. This one's really fucking tall. The ink sounds though are like really realistic. Oh yeah, that room doesn't exist yet. There's a room here that like connects to this hallway, and it didn't exist yet. I always loved like when they would update the game and add a new chapter, and like they added new rooms.
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is.
I like the sound effects on the tape recorders. So now I need to look for all the stuff. There's a huge room here that doesn't exist yet. That's one of my favorite rooms that they added. It's fucking huge. I think they added it in chapter 3. But the items, they get really sneaky. Yeah, this cog. I swear to God, the wrench was hiding behind here once. Like there was some bullshit hiding spots. I remember it taking fucking forever to find them. I think maybe it was set back here. I don't think it was randomized. Oh, that could not be true. Okay, I almost called this horny because it's a horn playing, but that's, you can see why that wouldn't be a good thing to say. I said it anyways. I was Sammy Lawrence once for Halloween. Back in the days when this came out, when I was in like 1st grade. I don't know where it could be. It is the
Okay,
def.
that's all of them.
Oh, that's all
I
of them.
just need to get the ink flowing somehow.
It's definite.
Switch around here somewhere.
It's
I
definite.
can start up the main power.
It's definitely broken and not as pristine as it once was, but it is somewhere in my house, I think, or it was thrown away. I don't know. I remember periodically finding it every once in a while again, though. But yeah, they pitched it down in this version. It was a lot of FGTV stuff, I remember, but in another one, there's a bit where they were like knocking his teeth out, but specifically this one. The song here, okay, it's the same song. Later on, it switches to the. Yeah, in the later versions, they lower this room down a little bit. There's a little step here, and then it fills up with ink. But all that happens now are the pipes start to fluctuate, which I always thought was neat. I like how they float, but it is, unrealistic. Though it is kind of supposed to be magic-y and stuff, so you know something really fishy's going on. Oh yeah. They disappear. Now you can hear the ink machine. Yeah, it was very aggressive here. They called it a treadmill. They said, oh, the neighbor, he's running on his treadmill. Just stupid little stuff like that. It was fucking absolute comedy. It was peak comedy back in the day, though. Now it's just kind of silly. But here we go. This is going to be, they called it bird poop or something, is whatever, it's like, he's a puddle. He had little arms and shit. There's like behind the scenes stuff where you could see him behind the camera. He's really big. Like, his face is huge. I always thought it resembled kind of a balloon. It was very round. Fall through. And later on, it's a giant fucking stairwell you gotta go through, draining pipes. But
this will definitely come in handy.
it's just here now, which is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna run out of dialogue later on, because once I play chapter 3 and I go through chapter 1 again, I'm not gonna have anything interesting to say. So what if I just do chapter 2 and then chapter 3, and like just skip going over the chapter 2 versions of chapter 1 and then the chapter 3 versions of 1 and 2? Anyways, I'm probably just gonna do that. Let's go ahead. Oh yeah, there was no flashbacks, it just ended. Support chapter 2. This shit blew up. And it was just 2 guys. It was the Meatly and Mike Mood. The Meatly, Mike Mood, the Meatly, Mike Mood, the Meatly, Mike Mood, the Meatly. Written by the Meatly, 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 the Meatly. Bendy will return.